Alright boys, this is it, and this is the one. No, I'm kidding. This is not the one. This is a it's an interesting key. I've done 18 not too long after this of Necrotic Wake, but I feel like this is still an interesting key to upload simply because it's Tyrannical. I know that like a lot of people struggle with Tyrannical weeks and in general just consider them to be harder. So yeah. I wanted to upload this one. Anyway, I get saved by the bubble there. This pull was... I don't think we talked about this pull. I mean, it's pretty standard, right? You always kind of do big pull on the start of Necrotic, but I'll be honest, like I don't know why, but I just didn't feel fully prepared for it based on like looking at the footage right now. And then obviously like bursting is an issue as always. I've barely managed to keep some of these people alive. Yeah, it was intense. It was intense. We definitely should have gotten at least like a shout there, and maybe I should have even used the Master or something. We just had to live that bursting there, and this pull would have been okay. It's one thing I would suggest if you're a Holy Paladin and you're doing anything on a bursting wake. This is not mandatory, obviously. It just makes your life easier is get a Shadow Priest. Shadow Priests can deal a lot of damage nowadays. They're very useful for a lot of reasons, like a lot of good utility and whatnot, like mind games, mind soothe, so on. As long as they know what they're doing, obviously. Like if you're getting Shadow Priest to just deal damage, then you're better off taking like something else. But if your Shadow Priest knows what they're doing, it's very useful. And also why I mentioned Shadow Priest on the bursting wake is because you can dispel bursting, and that is incredibly valuable in bursting weeks, because basically bursting is like an affix that honestly I feel like it's one of the easier ones to deal with. Obviously, like as a healer you're gonna hate it. I do, at least, unless I'm playing on my priest, which I haven't done in quite some time on any serious key. It's just that, like, I mean, this priest, like I think Holy probably doesn't. Yeah, they both don't care. Like it's the dispel. It's not about healing. It's dispel that really helps. But also like bursting, if your group is not dealing like even amount of damage, bursting can actually be quite fucked, to be honest. It can be real nasty, simply because like the stacks, they keep on stacking if they get a reset, right? And it extends the duration. So technically, instead of bursting lasting like what is the like 5 seconds, I think. Instead of lasting like 5 seconds, if a mob dies, and then 1, 2, 3 mob dies, 1, 2, 3 mob dies, 1, 2, 3, and like, you know, you can only dispel so much, and it gets really difficult to deal with. It's very hard. Actually, one thing I need to do, not since we're talking about bursting, one thing I definitely do need to do is get myself like, I need to get like a raid bursting stacks on raid frames. It's something I don't have at the moment, because I'm using grid and you need to add it manually there, because apparently they don't think it's a good default thing. Whatever, I'll add it. It's useful to see. But yeah, anyway, this key, I'm just gonna say like a small disclaimer. I've become much better since I've done this key. I'm looking at his gameplay right now, and I'm still not using Light of Martyr. I'm doing some very bad things that are not very good. I'm not being in melee as much as I should, and these are all the results of this being my alt and me still being like relatively fresh to it and getting used to the concept of a melee healer, because this is not something I've ever dealt with before. Like melee healing is very weird, feels very weird to me. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I was thinking about rolling a Mistweaver as well, just for the lulz, because they're pretty bad now. But I have a feeling like they're gonna be quite good in the next patch for whatever reason. I just think that they've been so bad this season that, like, I think they'll buff them quite a bit. Although like I've seen some good players do some nice things with Mistweaver, but then you know there's always that argument that, you know, good players will always perform good no matter what they're on. So in that sense, I don't know how much value that has. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But either way, I was thinking about it. It looked fun to play. That's all I'm gonna say. It definitely looked fun to play. Right. Here, I was thinking about Ashen following this. I remember this part. I was thinking about using Ashen Hollow, but it's Tyrannical, so I kind of wanna, you know, the pack needs to be like, it needs to be like a really big pull for me to warrant like a Ashen Hollow usage. But now in retrospective, I actually think I should have used Ashen Hollow there. We struggled quite a bit, and also that pack is just after the boss, which means all my DPS used their CDs, and yeah. And here I died to. Actually, not even sure what I died to, but I just died. And I had bubble, I had pot. I really should not have died there. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. That was a pretty big overlook on my part. One of the bad things about this dungeon is we actually had no Kyrian, which makes these pulls a lot slower. Like the Kyrian thingy deals quite a bit of damage and makes a lot of parts of this dungeon easier, but it is what it is. So it's not that big of a deal. And here, I'm assuming based on me not using Ashen Hollow yet, I'm gonna assume I used Ashen Hollow on Pride here. That's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, there it is. Okay, at least that's somewhat good. Although, like, I know oftentimes I say like using Ashen Hollow on Pride is good, and it is in bugs. If you wanna min-max, I don't think it's the best usage of such a good ability. But it also depends on who you have in your raid. I think when you have Fire Mage should be able to combust every single Pride and help you, or if you have a Boomkin, which you probably should if you're playing current patch. I think it has, like, Boomkins have a lot of value in convoking the Pride, and they can also help you with off healing, so in that sense I don't think it's worth it to Ashen Hollow Prides most of the time, simply because with Pride buff and Ashen Hollow you're able to do some big pulls, like double, triple, even more, depending on the dungeon and whether it's possible, pulls where you can just like save so much time. Even if you would I don't know, let's say wipe or something, you still save so much time by pulling all of these packs together and using all your CDs to kill it, and then just proceeding. It's I'm not like very knowledgeable about routes and whatnot. I didn't really invest myself that much into this, so I don't wanna, like, you know, I don't wanna say something that's wrong, but I think that just by like simple logic it's worth it. The problem with bursting is, though, an explosive, it kind of prevents super big pulls unless you guys are dealing very well with explosives and bursting, which in pugs that's mostly not gonna be the case. However, I would say if you're going pre-made, Ashen Hollowing on the Pride should not, most of the time should not be a thing. Most of the time. Yeah, without good with shields here pretty nicely. It's here I think we've fudged up. I think, I'm not sure, but I don't think he wanted to pull patrol as well. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure. It looked weird. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'm not really sure. But anyway, like I use my wings there, and things go dicey. We go into Pride, and here I think we're gonna be in trouble. And now I see I also made one more mistake. I used Holy Avenger very early. So like Holy Avenger is an ability that can most of the time help you push through prides instead of using Ashen Hollow, and it's a 3-minute CD, so you should technically have it for every pride. However, don't use it like I used it now. You don't want to use Holy Avenger early. You want to use Holy Avenger later, when you need to bring people up, not like to prevent them from going down, because you shouldn't really struggle unless like before Pride gets on like 12 to 15 stack. You really should not be able, you shouldn't be struggling most of the time. But yeah, since I did this dungeon, I also changed my build quite a bit, and I just like I looked at, I'll be honest, like I looked at what better players than me are doing, and I sort of like, I don't want to say I copied it, but to some degree I adapted the information I've gotten from observing better players, basically. So yeah, copying. That's literally copying. First of all, I run double beacon now. It makes things easier. Is it optimal? I don't know. Probably not. Is it easier? Yes, it is. I've noticed that most of the time when we die, I struggle on prides, both on priest and on paladin. Prides have always been something I'm very scared of, and it sucks when you lose people on pride, because usually like you'll lose only one person, and then we have to wait until we rest that one person, and it just kind of like slows down the whole momentum of the pride and everything. And here we end up actually dying to this. That is very weird. I don't know why we died. Wait, what happened? Oh right, they want, yeah, okay, I remember this. Yeah, they wanted to skip. They wanted to skip, and we didn't see that they're skipping. Like they said nothing, so we ended up not being able to skip. And I mean, obviously this hurts a lot, because we were supposed to take the, yeah, that kind of sucks. It's quite painful that they're it's fine though. At least one cool thing about this is we have rogues, so we can just shroud back there. But yeah, I don't know why we didn't just shroud in the first place. Why did we? Why we did that? I don't know. Like this is the second time this has happened to me in the past like 2 weeks, where we just die because nobody said anything and they just click their invis potion and run through. I mean, sure, Lynx got like routes got linked or whatever, but like you gotta, you know, people either forget or they don't know how to read routes or whatever. Just fucking say it when you're skipping. It's not literally takes 1 second. Enter, skip, enter. It's 2 seconds at most. And yeah, okay, we end up shrouding. I'm not trying to blame anyone, by the way, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's quite, these stats are quite frustrating and unnecessary. Okay, we have orb. I think he'll use orb on the boss here, maybe not, we'll see. But yeah, now the problem is killing this boss without Prideful on Tyrannical. Can get quite tricky. This boss. You can see I'm saving Ashen Hollow. Like, you might be thinking, why not use it with Bloodlust? In terms of output, that probably would be the best choice. But ads actually deal a lot of damage, and Ashen Hollow definitely helps mitigate that quite a lot, so I prefer to strategically use it when he actually summons his things. And we'll see that here, hopefully. We'll see that here. And this is quite an old video, actually. Like, I just realized I'm not even using mirror here, which a mirror is very helpful. Like the trinket. I don't think I've used a single Light of Martyr reader so far. Yeah, this video is bad. I'm sorry. This is like, I feel bad. Like, if anybody's here to learn, I should be using a lot of Light of Martyr, a lot more Light of Martyr, and I should be using a lot more Crusader strikes as well. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, either way, like we end up being fine. Yeah, like my mistake so far, the main one was basically, I think, dying to the pack earlier on the stairs, like much earlier. At the second Goliath for Kyrian, where you click. I don't know what the guys are called, like that Necromancer guy. And then the second thing I kind of fucked up as well is that Pride. I really don't think we should have died there. I think I could have kept people alive if I just played better. But yeah, it's it's hard. Sometimes you just do be like that, you know? And that's okay. Sometimes you fuck up, you learn from it, and you grow as a player. And you move on. Don't let it get to you. Just keep on practicing.
While my disciples bring you to the necropolis. Let us end this atrocity.
We need its flesh. Prepare to strike at the next temple.
Just a moment. It seems that the parts for my new creation have arrived at last.
I actually have no idea how that rogue died. That's kinda that was kinda weird. Yeah, you can see here I'll be honest, I should have used wings here. Definitely should have used wings. I don't know why, like, why is this pack taking so long? I feel like we've been fighting this pack for like 5 minutes. Like, what's going on? So weird. Like on this pack, just be aware of your tank's HP. I mean, DKs don't really mind this too much, I think, and warriors, but DHs get melted by this shit. Also, like bears actually don't care too much. It depends on the tank and if they want a CD or not. Like, just watch their stacks. You can see he's on the 3 now, so he's getting melted. He's a DK, so he'll have a lot of like healing to do, but yeah. Oh god. Dude, I was actually like, I was keeping Beacon here on DK, which is literally like, he doesn't need healing from me. He needs, like, I should have Beaconed myself here and healed the DPSers. That's something I really should have done. It's really bad what I'm doing right now. And the bubbling, I didn't need to bubble there. I could have done protection, then polish off, and word of glory, but yeah. I end up using a bot as well. Oof. That's not that bad though. Like, that's what bots are for, to live. Like, honestly, everybody should use bots on Pride. I think that has a lot of value. Or Healthstones if you're running with warlocks. Yeah, just make sure this guy doesn't cast the Drained Fluid. That thing is absolutely disgusting, and not because of its name, but because of how much damage it deals. Mutilate, keep your tank up, which you do with Beacon anyway, so yeah, easy peasy. You can bop morbid fixation, by the way, and the person that's fixated can then just deal damage, and this guy will not be able to deal damage to them. It is very good, especially like on fortified. It's worth it. I mean, bop is an ability that has a 5-minute CD, so you should use it carefully. But it's also like worth it to use it in this scenario, I believe, unless you have some specific usage for which you need it. So what happens here? Fucking gore splatter, dude! It deals so much damage, and like I've gotten like much better now at dodging it. But look at the damage. Like look at the dot, and yeah. But you shouldn't be hit by that. It's easy to dodge. It's just sometimes hard to see. With all the add-ons and weak auras and everything nowadays, I feel like nobody should get hit by abilities like this. Said he and got hit. Said he and got hit. And you can see me, like I was trying to bubble and it was on CD, and that actually ends up killing me because that was embarrassing. Yeah, I even said it in the chat. Like that was lame. It really was. Shame on me. This is probably the hardest pack in this dungeon. Just gotta be very aware of this pack, and like don't be afraid to use a CD or something. I used to think this pack is easy, but later I realized, especially in fortified weeks, this pack is very hard. And Pride, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with this Ashen Hollow. As I said earlier, I don't think Ashen Hollowing Prides is the best, but I struggled at this point. You've seen me like lose people to Pride, so I probably wasn't feeling super confident, so I just decided to Ashen Hollow this. I would rather like to see myself Ashen Hollow the boss. One advantage of Ashen Hollowing here is that maybe I'll get one more use on last boss. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it was worth it. And yeah, just be careful. Like, don't do what I just did. Like, I left embalming thingy right where we were supposed to put hook, because I think like what happened is I thought the hook is going on me, so I just moved there, and it was actually the other thing, so I really fucked us up there. That's really bad. And here line up with the person that's getting hooked, because yeah, see, for morbid fixation, if we get fixated there, I think that was explosion that went off, I'm pretty sure. So like you've seen there that when you're all lined up, if you all line up nicely, what happens is, and here I did a nice play. Okay, and we fucked up the nice play, never mind. I did a nice play for nothing. But yeah, like Ashen Hollow would be very convenient right now if we had it. But yeah, just like keep in mind, like when the person gets fixated, everybody should go in line with them, because that's when hook happens as well. Oh my god, what is happening? We failed. The eyes blocked, and then okay, no, that's good. What was I saying is, you need to line up with a person that's getting hooked and morbid fixated, because that way when the boss moves, it's gonna get hit. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I don't know how better to explain it like that. You need to all be in line so the hook hits the boss, right? So you need to plan that boss might move. But yeah, we actually end up being okay here, considering like how badly we played this whole boss. We did okay. I think like what definitely helped is that this crazy rogue somehow had like 10k damage almost on this boss fight, so that's really nice. But like he probably, I'm assuming, spear or something, but yeah, it was quite tricky. We put ourselves in a really bad spot there. And yeah, something I've gotten good at doing right now is, I'm not sure how good I will be in this key in this video. I hope I do it properly. But if not, I'll upload soon like a new video in which you will see how it's supposed to be. And I'm talking about frozen binds. Like, this ability should not exist with a paladin in a group. Like you should, yeah, you can see, yeah, I did it. Okay, good. You can see like your Hand of Freedom lines up perfectly with this ability. It's actually really stupid that it does, because I mean, I like it. It's convenient, but it just nullifies like probably the hardest mechanic of this whole boss. And I just feel like it's not very it's kind of cringe. But yeah, as if paladins weren't already too strong, right? And then I forgot to do it on the rogue there. It's kind of on me. Not kinda, that's completely on me. And here we do Ashen Hollow. So yeah, we did get extra usage out of Ashen Hollow. So that's nice. That's good. That was probably the only argument for using it on Pride as opposed to boss. But I actually think now, by looking at it, I genuinely think that even if I used it on the boss, I still would have had Ashen Hollow for like at least some percentage of this last boss. And yeah, I don't Hand of Freedom again here. That's my fail. Rogue dies, not good. Damn, things got dicey here towards the end. This was really sketchy. Warrior almost died. Damn. Damn. Oof. Oof. Okay, that was. Luckily, this guy cloaked. Okay. Yeah, we were really messing up this boss fight quite a bit. Like, honestly, even if we wiped here, we still would have timed it. Like, 5 minutes is enough to do this boss. It's just that, like, I was hoping we'd do this boss clean. This boss really should be clean. It's completely on me, though, for not Hand of Freedoming every Frozen Binds. You can do it, and you should do it if you have a Pala in the group, or if you're Holy Paladin yourself. Just tell them to do it, and it's easy. Like, you need to put it on before he casts it, and there you have like a second or two of cast time. See? Okay, no, that's not. Now watch. See, it's like two full seconds to cast it. I don't know why I'm not doing it. Like, I did it on start properly, and then I just stopped doing it. I don't know. No idea why, honestly. Here I'm struggling to keep people alive. It's kind of really dangerous. I walk into a bomb. Yeah, this was. But anyway, we did it. So, you know, no complaints. It's bugs. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. You know, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.